What's up guys, I'm Just a Gamer and I'm back with my review of Lost Records Bloom and Rage Tape 1. And these type of games, story-based games like Life is Strange, I don't play them often. I think the last one I played was like Walking Dead Season 2 or 3, I can't even remember. I don't consider Goodbye Volcano High to be a game, Life is Strange style game, just because that was more of a interactive novel in a way, while this is more of a game, just to clarify that. But the point is, I don't play these games often, but for whatever reason, when I saw the trailer for this game, it just hooked me. I was really interested and captivated by it, and yeah, I was not disappointed. I really enjoyed my time with this game. There are a few things here and there that I'm not too keen on, but overall I had a blast with this game. I thought it was really good, and off the bat I just, if you like these types of games, I recommend it. And yeah, let's just take things one at a time. I actually meant to get this video out a little bit sooner, but after I made one version of this video, I realized I was like rambling too much and I couldn't edit around it, so I just started over. So this time I'm gonna take things slow, one at a time, and hopefully we'll get through this. But yeah, let's just one at a time, let's go. Starting with the game's visuals, I think this game is visually beautiful. Again, it's not high-end graphics, but for the art style they were going for, I think they knocked it out of the park. I really like the character models, the way they look. I really like the environments, they were nice and detailed. And yeah, just overall, this had a really good art style in my opinion. I love, again, this game takes place like in the 90s, and I really like the way they portrayed that, just because I grew up in the 90s myself, and I just really like, they captured the vibe very well in my opinion. I really enjoyed it. There's not much to say about the game visually speaking. Again, it just looks fantastic. But I will say that there are some visual hiccups here and there. Frame rate is also a little hit or miss sometimes, at least it was for me. I was playing on PS5. And there's some pop-in. And yeah, just overall there's some rough edges here and there. And one other visual aspect I want to talk about, it kind of ties into the gameplay as well, is the camcorder gameplay, where you get a camcorder and you can like record stuff. They nailed the feel or like the visual style of a camcorder, of like the graininess, like the weird like audio capture of like the camcorder. They just captured it so perfectly. It's so amazing, and I loved every second of it. It was so good. But yeah, again, there's not much else to say about the game visually speaking, besides like I liked it. I thought it was fantastic. Again, some hiccups from rough edges here and there, but overall I think this game was beautiful, and they really captured the 90s feel. When it comes to gameplay, there's really not much to dive into. The main gameplay mechanic of this game is the camcorder, as I talked about it earlier before. You can pop it up pretty much whenever, and you're able to like take recordings of certain things and like make videos and memoirs and like hear commentary what your character has to say. And that's pretty much the main mechanic of the entire game, besides controlling your character and walking around and interacting with things and interacting with people. There's not real much like gameplay outside of that. Again, if you've played these types of games before, you'll know that like the game is mostly centered around like your interactions with people and the world and things like that. But that being said, the way the camcorder gameplay is presented is really well done. I love everything about it, and the way it just all comes together, it feels really good. It does. I have to give them credit. They really nailed how it is to like use a camcorder. It's just fantastic. That being said, again, some rough edges here and there when it comes to gameplay. I did stumble into a few bugs, like one where there was like an item I couldn't pick up, even though it was like pressing the square button, I think it was, to pick it up. It just would not pick up. Also, there was a section where as I was recording, after I was done recording, I was supposed to get a prompt to like move on or finish, and the prompt wouldn't come up, and I had to like restart the checkpoint to like do it again, and this time I got the prompt. So again, similar to visuals gameplay, there are a few rough edges here and there, but overall the gameplay is solid and it's really well done, and I had a good time with it. No major complaints, honestly. finally, for the meat of this review, it's the story. Obviously, this game is pretty much all story, and I have to say, after ruminating on it, thinking about it, I love this game story. I think it's fantastic. I think the characters are amazing. I think your character Swan is awesome, and the way you're able to influence her and the things that can sprout from your decisions are great. Nora, Kat, and Autumn, they're all well-rounded and they're all so fascinating, and I liked every single one of them. Even the bullies, the antagonists of the games, Dylan and Corey, I think they were fantastic. They're assholes, but if you go take time to look and read into some things, you'll find out that, well, yeah, they're assholes, but they're well-rounded too. They have their flaws and they have their pros as well. So again, I just really like the story, this coming-of-age story of how these girls came together and how they forged this friendship, and then switching to adulthood, we find out that friendship was broken, that they split apart, that they hadn't heard for each other in years. And that's another thing I really enjoyed. I like the dual timelines and how certain decisions from one timeline will affect the other, and the back and forth between there. I thought it was really nice and well done. But yeah, I really like this story, and again, all the characters are really well done and fleshed out. And then we come to the supernatural aspect of this game, where I'm just gonna go again. I'm gonna talk about it later in my predictions portion, so I'm just gonna say it now. It has to do with witchcraft and magic, and again, there's so many questions that we have about the girls, is the magic in them, or was it just one of them, particularly Kat, and what is going on with this abyss and so many questions. And again, that's kind of why I felt the ending was a little unsatisfying, because we got no answers. But overall, I really enjoyed this game story. I'm excited for part 2. There's just so many questions and so many theories that I have in my head that I just want to get them out. So yeah, just real quick, I really love the story. I think it was well done with the dual timelines. I think the characters are well-rounded and fleshed out, even the antagonists. And yeah, the environment just breathes story into the helps the story also as well. The environment helps the story. When you go around and you click and check on certain things, especially if you record them and watch Swan's thoughts on them later on, you really get a lot of nuances there. So again, I think this story is fantastic, and I can't wait for part 2. But yeah, we're gonna move on now to my predictions for the game, which may contain spoilers. I don't know. This is just me theorizing. So this may contain spoilers, and I think I will maybe dabble on what happened at the end of part 1. So spoilers for that there. So just please know that going forward. All right, just warning you now. Spoilers ahead. So I'm just going to be just spitballing a bunch of my theories in my head and possible things that I think might be happening, but also on full disclosure, I had actually checked the trophy list to see if there was anything I could do to to get the trophies for the game, and I didn't realize that the trophies for tape 2 are already there. They're already listed, and so I saw a little I guess a spoiler a bit, and I was like, oh crap, and I backed out. So because of that spoiler, it added the fuel to my theory. So just go knowing forward that there's spoilers ahead, maybe. Okay. All right. So the thing I saw was give love to Gertie, which we know from the tape 1 that Gertie is a fawn that Kat rescued and she's raising on her ranch, and it's just her special friend, or her only friend until she met the three of us, the Swan, Autumn, and Nora. And it says we can give love to Gertie. So in my mind, there's no way. Say that again. So in my mind, it pretty much confirms that we're going to the ranch. We're maybe going actually inside Kat's home. We're going into her ranch, and that gives me also another 2 possibilities that I'm thinking. Either normal, we go to the ranch as Swan, or quite possibly, maybe tape 2 at some point we play as Kat. Maybe that's a little twist there. Just because off the bat, again, Kat is not dead yet. Just because during some of the in the very beginning of the game, when there's like little flashbacks and there's like a montage of images, we see some scenes with Kat or one of them, two of them that didn't happen in tape one yet, so they're obviously in tape two. And then also on that point, in that montage, we see someone. I'm guessing it's Corey in a deer skull mask or something like that, and that kind of plays into the whole ranch thing, where whether we play as Kat or not, I think Dylan, Corey, and Kat's parents, like they think we're a bad influence on Kat, so they're gonna forbid us from seeing her. So we're gonna either, like, in my mind, I'm thinking we're gonna either try to sneak in or go in somehow, and we're gonna, like, try to see Kat, or she's gonna come out and see us. And because of that, Dylan and Corey are gonna hate us even more, and he's gonna don that mask to basically terrorize us, to bully us even more. And I believe, whatever happens bad to him is gonna stem from that. Because also the other reason why I think we're going to the ranch is because in the game they quickly mention it, that something happened at the ranch and Corey was blamed for it, whether it was burnt, destroyed, damaged, ruined, whatever. Corey was blamed for it, and I'm assuming it's something that the four of us or the girls do, and Corey gets blamed. So again, I think we're heading to the ranch. And again, when it comes to like the witchcraft portion of things, did we actually curse Corey accidentally, or in Kat's regard, on purpose? And is that why the forest is, or like a bunch of strange happenings were going on? Or maybe the strange happenings were the things we were doing? Because again, this is my theory, their magic or the strangeness, it seemed to only manifest when they're together, when they're telling Corey off to, like, when he's trying to pick up Kat and she doesn't want to go, and each of their eyes start to go purple, and like, again, like, they're all together and their magic manifests. And then there's the whole scene with Kat doing, like, I don't forget the name of it, but like the thing with the knife in her hand. They're all together, and like clearly some type of supernatural magical thing starts happening, and it starts to, like, show on their faces. And I'm speculating that their magic manifests as long as they're together, and whatever strange things were happening is when the girls do it together. And the reason in the future why they had to split up, or promise never to see each other, is because they found out, or they learned, that when they're together they have that magic, and like, as long as they're together they can't control it, or they're afraid of it, and they don't want to use it. So that's why they made the promise to never see each other again, because as long as they're together, that magic can manifest. At least that's my theory. That's the theory as to why, like, they made that promise in the first place to never see each other again. It's because if they knew that if they came together, the magic would happen. And I'm guessing them coming together like that, or the magic they used together, or the reason they made that promise in the first place, is because of whatever they did that messed up the ranch. Like, whether, again, got burnt down, ruined, exploded, whatever, their magic caused it. They realized it, and they decided, we have to never see each other again, or this could happen again, somebody could get hurt. We have to promise never to see each other again, never to come together again, to make sure this magic is, cannot manifest. That's my thought process, that's my theory. And again, I believe this accident, whatever, is what, why Corey is blamed, or whatever. He takes the fall. And yeah, so there's that. That's basically the main thing I was just curious about, the main theory I'm having about tape 2. I'm still curious about what's in the box. My guess is, I had 3 guesses during my playthrough, if you've watched. At first I was thinking, oh, it's the camcorder, and then I was thinking, oh, it's the tape, because she said she lost them. But my final thought is, oh wait, it's the items they threw into the abyss for their power or for their trade, sacrifice, whatever option you chose. It's the items. It'll be like, you know, Cat's button, Nora's pick, Autumn's rock, and or Swan's hair. That being said, Autumn did say that she did make a wish a different day, so maybe there is a different item in there for her or something. I don't know. But point is, I think those are my theories right now of what's in the package. And then I'm trying to think of what else in my head, because I'm having so many theories and stuff like that. But I think the main one is the fact of like their magic manifests when they're together, and the initial promise was never to see each other again because they don't want that magic manifesting anymore, and they knew it would be too dangerous. So that's my theory. That's my prediction. But, you know, that's just me throwing out there what my thoughts are. But regardless, I really enjoyed this game. I really had fun with it. Really had a blast. I'm enjoying the mystery of it and like trying to figure stuff out, obviously, from what you're seeing. And yeah, I would highly recommend it. If you like these types of games, definitely check it out. Again, rough around the edges when it comes to performance and gameplay bugs, but still, overall, a fantastic playthrough. Highly recommend it. But yep, those are my thoughts. That's my review. If you enjoyed this video, please leave a like or comment down below. I appreciate any and all feedback. Subscribe. Let me know what your thoughts are on this game. Did you enjoy it? What are your theories? Do you agree, disagree? What are your thoughts going into tape 2? I mean, we have a whole month before that happens, so I would love to hear what you guys think and what theories you might have, or maybe, you know, tell me I'm wrong and I have some things wrong. Let me know in the comments down below. I really love to hear it. But regardless, thank you for watching, and until next time, take care and have a good game.